Well, Jen and Steve, the president also shared another post made by someone else on his social media platform suggesting that those members of Congress should be hanged. Congresswoman Goodlander saying this is a clear example of the kind of violent political rhetoric this country should avoid.
Maggie Goodlander is one of a group of members of Congress and the Senate targeted by President Donald Trump after they posted a video urging military service members to, quote, refuse illegal orders. In a series of social media posts, the president called the reps and senators traitors, saying, quote, seditious behavior punishable by death.
I think what the president has done is incite political violence, and it's not the first time that he's done this. It's a really dangerous thing. We've seen it all across this country, the impact that the commander-in-chief, that the president of the United States has on people across our country. And that's not who we are as Americans.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt is accusing Goodlander and the others of trying to sow chaos within the military.
Maggie Goodlander was a naval officer, and notably, she is also the wife of Joe Biden's national security former advisor, Jake Sullivan. And so these members knew what they were doing. They were leading into their credentials as former members of our military, as veterans, as former members of the national security apparatus to signal to people serving under this commander-in-chief, Donald Trump, that you can defy him.
Goodlander says the law is not controversial.
It is stunning that the commander-in-chief believes that a clear statement of federal law is a crime. It's just, it shocks the conscience. This is a completely American and constitutional idea.
Now, even though the president said these lawmakers should be arrested and put on trial, Congresswoman Goodlander tells us she will not stop speaking out on this issue. Reporting live in Concord, Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.